swelling of blood vessels in the eye. Report changes to vision or eye pain to your doctor or retina specialist right away.
Now, I'm bringing it all into focus. Open up your world with Vabysmo.
Trust the #1 prescribed FDA-approved treatment for wet AMD and diabetic macular edema. Ask your retina specialist about Vabysmo.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second and quickly alerts you to identity threats you could miss, like changes to your investment accounts, home title, and loans opened in your name, right on your phone. LifeLock. Join today.
Now, tirzepatide for weight management is available in a dissolvable tablet. It's not the injection and doesn't offer the same strength or clinical evidence as the injectable form, and results will differ from the injection. But for patients who don't want shots, this tablet option is worth exploring. Understanding results will differ from the injection. Tirzepatide tablets are a prescription that starts with a telehealth evaluation by a licensed physician who reviews your health history. And if it's right for you, they prescribe it. This might be worth a conversation.
At least SafeLight can come to you for free.
They can come to me for free?
That's right. SafeLight can come to you for free, so you can get your windshield fixed anywhere you want at no additional cost. For free mobile service, go to safelight.com.
SafeLight Repair. from Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 News at 6.
Coming up tonight, hammers and hope. How a UNL course went from teaching students about construction to raising money for Habitat for Humanity. Also tonight, data decision. What big move the Cass County Planning Commission is making after Google's attempt to acquire 2,000 acres of land in the area for a data center. And infection investigation, the CDC, I should say, providing it with an update on their search to locate the source of the cyclospora outbreak. What one fast chain is saying in response to people pointing fingers towards them. And breaking now, that fast food chain responding tonight to claims it could be behind the cyclospora outbreak. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. The CDC providing us with an update on their search for the source of the parasitic infection. And Taco Bell responding to rumors it's responsible as the illness spreads across the U.S. and now confirmed cases here in Nebraska. Our Mackenzie Johnson joins us in the newsroom with where the CDC is on its investigation. Mackenzie?
We've already known that this parasite comes from produce and can be found in swimming pools, but officials are hoping to track down a common denominator on where it might be originating from. Tonight, it's being widely reported that Taco Bell is coming under question from both federal and state health officials. Early evidence and investigations suggest lettuce or salad greens could be a potential source of the illness, which causes severe diarrhea that can last for days or even weeks. Taco Bell releasing a statement that says in part, quote, while authorities continue their broader review, Taco Bell has voluntarily and temporarily removed limited ingredients at select restaurants as a precautionary measure. When asked about it in a media conference today, the CDC saying no specific type of produce, grower, or supplier has been identified as the main source.
This parasitic infection, sometimes it can take 2 weeks, as I said, for symptoms to develop. It is not contagious. It can sometimes be relapsing. Patients will be there one day and come back the next day, and it typically requires antibiotics.
Here's a look at a map of where the cases are popping up around the country. Officials have confirmed more than 1,600 cases and are waiting on results for 5,000 more. Nebraska has between 1 and 10 confirmed cases, while Michigan has the largest outbreak with more than 600 new cases being reported there within the past 24 hours. Now, there's good reason to believe this isn't just a random outbreak, and health officials say hundreds of cases appear to be connected. Tonight at 10 o'clock, we'll dive into the reason behind that and what you should do to avoid getting sick. Reporting in the newsroom, Mackenzie Johnson, Channel 8 News.
All right, Mackenzie, thank you. Let's get a look at your first forecast on this Tuesday evening. Here's a live look through our network of cameras overlooking parts of southeast Nebraska. We have plenty of sunshine today, just a few clouds, as you can see there, and not crazily humid. Is that an okay phrase, Rusty?
Sure.
Crazily humid.
Crazily.
Yeah, and for mid-July, it could be worse. In fact, let's ask Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins. Do you agree, Rusty? Could be worse.
Could absolutely be worse. I kind of think of it like the exact opposite. If you look at January, this is kind of like one of those January days where it's not really windy, so the wind chill isn't an issue. It's still cold, but not really cold. So that's what today is like for July. It's hot, but it's not really hot. It's not humid. It's not over just scorch of the sun kind of hot. We'll get there, but not today. Sunset at 8:58 p.m., so we got a few hours left of daylight with just a mixture of clouds and sun, and temperatures falling through the 80s into the 70s by 11 o'clock this evening, with mostly sunny to eventually mostly clear skies and that light southeast wind. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, a Honda of Lincoln Cam, looking at a little bit of a breeze. That helps too. Partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies, and 88, the dew point at 66. So a little bit of humidity, but nothing crazy or crazily like Rod was saying. 88 degrees though in Lincoln, 88 also in Columbus. A few 90s out there, North Platte, Ainsworth, O'Neill, all at 90 degrees. And that dew point trying to get up there, but as long as we can stay in the 60s, it's usually decent. We're at 70 though in Nebraska City. A little bit of a breeze out of the southeast at 5 to 15 with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. Temperatures eventually falling into the 70s I think we'll bottom out right around the upper 60s tomorrow morning. We'll see how much heat and humidity is headed our way, though, in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Some new details now from last night's Planning Commission meeting in Cass County. The commission voted to recommend both draft regulations and a moratorium on data centers being built there. Lots of people showing up at the meeting. You can see that from this picture. Many speaking out passionately about the need to protect Cass County's farmland and highlighting environmental and water usage concerns. Their next meeting is July 28th. Well, only on 8 tonight, one artist is leaving a colorful mark on York. Now, 36 days may seem like a long time, but that's all it took for one woman to bring this 40-foot blank wall just outside of the Sun Theater in downtown York to life. As you can see, section by section, the artist creating a scene that embodies the city of York. The mural comes as one of the first major public art projects for the city, aimed at bringing more culture and creativity. Channel 8's Emma Norwood talking with the artist today. Emma.
Right now, as you can see, Jasmine Young is hard at work on this 40-foot mural here in downtown York. In just 36 days, she's taken what was once a blank wall and is turning it into something that will inspire the community for years to come. High above the sidewalk, one vision is coming to life.
It's almost like leaving a landmark. It's almost like leaving your fingerprint somewhere else.
Jasmine Young is covering this 40-foot wall with a mural designed specifically for York, a piece meant to reflect the city's character and creating a lasting sense of peace.
I wanted it to feel like you were coming in on a Friday with Grandma and Grandpa to watch the best movie, kind of like a drive-up theater, but something you could truly legitimately look at and be like, yay, we're going to the theater.
The community wrapping their arms around Young and her vision for the mural. Thanks to a grant from the Nebraska Arts Council and local fundraising efforts, she's been able to complete most of the project in just under 2 months.
It's humbling. It is the feeling of acceptance that most artists crave and desire to have, and not many people get to experience that. Not many people get to experience people saying, no, it doesn't matter, this is what I want, and we're going to do whatever it takes to get this person.
The mural is one of the city's first steps towards adding more artwork and culture to the downtown creative district. And as Young gets closer and closer to the end, she says she can feel the excitement from the community.
Have people stop, they have waved, we have people who drive by every day and honk and yell. Like, once they figured out who I was, I think I hear my name screamed from the streets probably 4 times a day. There's a lady that works across the street. She sends me heart hands every day. It has been fantastic.
Young is hoping to have the wall finished in the next 2 weeks, and she says she can't wait to have everyone enjoy it. Reporting here in York, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Emma. New tonight, the Beatrice Community Hospital is expanding its workforce, specifically its maternal care workforce. They had a record-breaking year last year with 289 babies deliveries. They're currently recruiting a 4th OBGYN to join the team to meet their growing community needs and ensure long-term service. The Beatrice Community Hospital Foundation is also announcing its new transfer bag program. It's a bag full of essentials for families that have a child who needs an unexpected transfer to a higher level of care. Each bag includes a comfort blanket for the child, also hygiene items, travel essentials, snacks, and water, as well as gift cards to help with travel expenses. Stay with us. We have more heading your way after the break, including construction practice, how a UNL course isn't just getting people new sheds, but also generating money for a good cause. And tomorrow night, a reminder, the 2026 ESPYs will be right here on ABC. The show starts at 7 o'clock our time. Funds raised during the show will go towards the V Foundation for Cancer Research. You won't have to touch the remote to see the entertainment and performances. It'll be right here on Channel 8. We're back after the break.
Hey, why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water.
Mom! Yeah. Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Request your free in-home water test today.
At Pemberley Place Senior Living here in Lincoln, our senior living care is a calling. Our residents are family. Days are filled with activity, good friends, personalized care, and delicious food. Visit PemberleyPlace.com, an MJ Senior Living community.
Pete Ricketts is used to getting things paid for. Born into a billionaire family, Ricketts spent millions of his dad's money bankrolling his campaigns. That's why Ricketts doesn't mind voting to increase our costs. Tariff taxes, gas prices through the roof, cuts to Medicaid, and closing rural hospitals. In Pete Ricketts' world, when things cost more, Dad just picks up the tab. Tell Senator Ricketts, Nebraskans pay our own way. Bring down our costs now.
Breaking now, the House passing a bill to make daylight saving time permanent. The bill will now head to the Senate for approval. This would mean there would be no twice yearly time change here in the U.S. Nebraska Representative Adrian Smith says he voted to make daylight saving time permanent along with many of his constituents. We'll keep you posted as the Senate decides which way they will vote on this matter. Right now, UNL students are building skills while supporting local charities. It's called Sheds for Hope. It's a program that teaches students the basics of construction while raising money for organizations like Habitat for Humanity. Here's some of the students on one of the sites. 115 students are participating in the program right now, and they've built 11 sheds, which are then auctioned off by Habitat for Humanity. So far, they've raised more than $10,000. The program has a national reach with professionals traveling as far away as West Virginia to come and help out. Well, new strikes from the U.S. and the war in Iran, along with who's controlling the Strait of Hormuz, has people in the U.S. worried about gas prices rising back up. We're always keeping an eye on how the war is affecting prices here in Lincoln. If you scan the QR code there on your screen and download the Now Local News app, you can as well. Citizen journalist Brian sending this video into the app of prices at $3.49 a gallon at this U-stop at 84th and O. The national average now at $3.84, according to Gas Buddy, after falling in recent weeks.
A nice decline, rather, seeing prices fall back below the $4 gallon mark, but we are almost guaranteed to head right above that. Now, this is very much contingent on if the situation remains in escalation mode.
Nebraska's average for a gallon of gas today right around $3.60 a gallon, and that's the same number for Lancaster County.
It was rather hot today. Temperatures were very close to 90 degrees for many of us. Not a whole lot of humidity, though, but it does look like that thermometer is going to go up a little bit as we head through the week. A forecast when we come back.
And all new tonight at 10, the missing link. Why replacing one old bridge could make a big difference for farmers in the area. We'll be right back.
5 North 48th Street or online at kiaoflincoln.com. You will love our new way of doing business.
Breaking now, a new warning from U.S. Central Command moments ago. CENTCOM issuing a statement saying Iran has intentionally targeted 7 commercial ships over the past week, leaving nearly a dozen civilian crew members killed, missing, or injured. The statement also says Iran has fired dozens of missiles and drones at neighboring Gulf countries, adding U.S. forces are holding Iran accountable for what it calls unwarranted aggression. Well, new tonight, the American College of Sports Medicine releasing its top 100 healthiest cities in the U.S. Lincoln coming in number 17 in the nation. It's partly due to some stats like these. 83% of Lincolnites claim to have exercised in the last month, and that's above the average of the top 100 cities by 5%. And we are 7th ranked in the nation for the most good air quality days. 83% of our days fall into that category. New tonight, York officials releasing stats from their property detail corrections. The Board of Equalization and Assessors trimming $1.5 million in valuations through their corrections. They say only 40 valuation protests were filed in York County, which is a huge drop from last year when there were around 200. If any owner still doesn't agree with the final valuations, they can appeal on the state level.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Not a bad day today. I know, middle of July, it's hot, it's kind of humid, a little muggy, but it could be so much worse. And we've seen it, and we'll probably see it again. But today was one of those midsummer kind of days that just, I'm trying to spin it as good as I can, that it was a decent day today. I'm looking at a mixture of clouds and sun at 21st and L, 88 degrees. Hardly any 90s out there right now. There are some though, O'Neill, Valentine, North Platte, Ogallala, but most of central and eastern Nebraska in the middle and middle 80s and upper 80s. 86 in Nebraska City, York, 85 in Aurora, 88 in Lincoln. Dew point a little higher than it was yesterday. Yesterday we were 63, 64. Now it's closer to 66, 65, 67 out there. So dew points just enough that we're seeing heat indices closer to 90 degrees. But again, we'll probably see that heat index in triple digits before too long. So hopefully we were able to get out and enjoy it, especially in the morning. It is so comfortable in the morning. Southeast wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour, just a couple of clouds here and there. Zooming out, all the way out, huge area of high pressure, and on the edge, that's where all the storms ride. They call them ridge runners, like a ridge of high pressure. Sometimes they call this a ring of fire because there's usually storms along this. And interestingly enough, these storms, severe weather there, all the way over here, they're talking about a severe weather potential in far northeast, the northeastern U.S. near Quebec and Halifax and Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Those are areas that don't usually see severe weather. I mean, that's kind of our thing, right? Well, now it's over here in Arizona and over there in Montana. So it's these huge areas of high pressure usually mess with things, especially when they're just kind of stuck there. And that's what we have right now, just a big area of high pressure that's stuck, and that's giving us not much to talk about weather-wise except for the heat. Now, as we get into Thursday, things may change. Here's Wednesday, though. Partly cloudy skies, maybe a little patchy fog early. Cumulus clouds in the afternoon, those diminish. So a very typical summer day on Wednesday. But that high pressure kicks off to the east just enough that we'll see a little return right around here. Spot showers and thunderstorms, not a big deal. Not everybody going to see it. You go to just west of York and Hebron and you probably won't see anything, but isolated showers and maybe a rumble of thunder as we head through Thursday afternoon. I think 90% of us remain dry. You may see this thunderstorm over there in the distance, but most of us will miss out on that. And by about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, everything's shut off and that'll be about it. So temperatures tonight, 68 degrees, mostly clear, a light breeze, really a nice night, early morning. If you can get out and do things early in the morning, the better off you'll be, especially if you have to do things outside. Between 64 and maybe 70 for early morning temperatures. Then we warm up, mostly sunny, a little muggy, 90 degrees, southeast wind at 5 to 15 miles per hour. A lot of us in the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. The dew point middle 60s, so a little bit of moisture, just enough to give us that heat index into the upper 80s and lower 90s. Then we warm up. The humidity stays kind of level, but these temperatures get up there a little bit. 98s on Saturday and Sunday would not surprise me if we see triple digits somewhere. That humidity will be a little high, so the heat index probably around 105 or so. Then we cool off by next week.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Right now, people are rallying behind businesses that are impacted by the Project O Street. Union Bank and Trust employees are gathering once a week for lunch at different downtown businesses there on O Street. They're doing this to support local entrepreneurs and discover new favorites along the way. Downtown Lincoln is reminding people the construction is a temporary inconvenience, but the businesses that make O Street a unique destination are still open, and they are ready to welcome you as a customer. Coming up next, I'm going to be taking you into the sports zone. Another Husker baseball player is heading to the pros. That and more coming up after the break. Stay with us.
What happens when four-time NBA champ Steph Curry and Anya Taylor-Joy are live on GMA tomorrow? And then Thursday, Will Ferrell, Brandy, and Rita Ora?
Can you repeat the question?
Good Morning America.
If you live in Nebraska and feel like your cost of living is going up, you're not imagining it, and you're not alone. Gas prices have gone up 60% this year alone. Groceries just had the biggest price hike in years, while healthcare is up 20%. These price hikes come to you directly from Congress. The war in Iran is driving up gas prices. Tariffs have made everyday goods more expensive, while cuts from the Big Beautiful Bill have closed rural hospitals and driven up medical costs. Learn more at nebraskagroundswell.org/costs.
Next, E.T., the cast of The Odyssey talks about Matt Damon's unique superpower.
You can see his abs through his shirt.
Plus, only we're on set of Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. Next,
Weekdays at 6:30 after Channel 8 News at 6.
Hey, it's meteorologist Houston Hall. If you're on the road, be sure to tune in to 104.9 Max Country at 4:08 and 5:08 p.m. every weekday for your latest Weather on the 8's forecast, brought to you by the Channel 8 Storm Alert Team.
Comfort Made Mattress Factory's free for all sale just extended. Right now, receive a free foundation, free bed frame, free delivery, and free installation with qualified mattress purchase $895 or more. Stop by family-owned Comfort Made Mattress Factory today.
At Neiman & Sons, we don't just offer the best residential and commercial roofing, siding, gutters, and windows. We also support our community. Since 2015, Neiman & Sons has been a sponsor of Lincoln Youth Football. Our owners, contractors, and office workers all give back by coaching and cheering on our youth. We take pride in Lincoln and in the next generation. At Neiman & Sons, we work hard to be a roofing company focused on building a stronger, better community. For more information on our services or Lincoln Youth Football, visit NeimanandSons.com.
Property taxes. Instead, he proposed to raise the state sales tax and gave tax cuts to the wealthiest Nebraskans. That's Governor Pillen's tax policy. High property taxes, higher sales tax, tax cuts for the wealthy. Contact Governor Pillen's property tax hotline and tell him to take executive action to lower taxes. Paid for by Your Nebraska.
At Fallbrook Assisted Living and Memory Care here in Lincoln, we provide a lifestyle full of friendships, loving care, delicious meals, activities, and fun. It's in our DNA. Visit fallbrookassisted.com, an MJ Senior Living community.
The process of making chocolate, it's 1 degree Celsius makes a difference on whether it's going to turn out or not. We want to grow, we want to continue to get bigger, but we will not compromise or sacrifice quality.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, powered by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
And welcome into the Sports Zone. A big day for a former Husker in the pros. Center fielder Mac Moyer has signed an undrafted free agent deal with the San Diego Padres, becoming the 4th member of the Nebraska's 2026 roster to land with a major league organization. Moyer hit .353 this season, earned second-team All-Big Ten honors, and tied a school record with a perfect fielding percentage. Well, the first World Cup semifinal match wrapped up not too long ago. A pretty big upset as tournament favorites France falls to Spain 2-0. Nothing really seemed to go in France's way in this one. Spain's defense forced France into an uncharacteristic game where they were only able to generate 4 shots on target. Spain was only able to get 2 on target, but scoring them both will send them to their first World Cup final since 2010. Their opponent will be decided tomorrow in Atlanta, Georgia. Argentina will be taking on England at 2 o'clock our time. 2 teams that have proved they have what it takes to be champions in every game so far. Does Messi have enough left in the tank to get through England's tough defense? We'll find out tomorrow afternoon. 2 Nebraska volleyball stars return to Lincoln for a youth volleyball camp this afternoon. Bergen Riley and Andy Jackson hosted a youth volleyball camp with Flex Work Sports today at the Speedway Sports Complex here in town. Both players helped with on-court instruction and demonstrations and gave some off-court mentorship and engagement with the campers. Here were the 2 of them being at the camp and what it meant to give back.
Yeah, these camps are awesome. We have worked a lot in Nebraska camps and now these Flex Work camps. They're just a great opportunity to give back. And like we said, this is what makes Nebraska, Nebraska, is having all this support. So we're really grateful that we can just kind of hang out and meet so many different little girls that we inspire.
It's something that we don't want to take for granted. Like, moments like this is really what proves that there is no place like Nebraska, and just the opportunity to pour into the next generation. It's so special and we really want to cherish it.
Great to see both players supporting the next generation. Both Bergen and Andy will enter their senior seasons this year. Hard to believe that volleyball season is right around the corner. A lot of us excited for it. So, all right, should we be excited about the weather? Well, it could be worse, could be better, but this is mid-July and everything's kind of, Mother Nature has it right there where it should be, right?
Yeah, temperatures today very normal for this time of year, and that's really going to be the case for at least the next couple of days before we see above average temperatures by the end of the week and into the weekend. But right now, 88 degrees in Lincoln, 86 in Grand Island, 84 in Holdridge. I mean, by mid-July standards, that's pretty good. Early tomorrow morning, you're looking at the middle and upper 60s. As long as we can drop into the 60s for a few hours in the morning, that usually gives our ACs a little time to recover, and we could be out and about too. Highs tomorrow, very close to 90 degrees, which is the average high for this time of year. So a normal day again on Wednesday. It will feel a little bit warmer with a little more dew point, 93 in Lincoln. 7-day forecast, we do climb up there though. We're looking at anywhere from 95 to maybe 100 Friday, Saturday, Sunday into Monday, then cooling back down into the middle 80s by the middle of next week. So it does get hot for a few days down the road.
All right. Thank you, Rusty, and thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy your night. We'll see you back here at 10 o'clock.